Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel for another live show this afternoon. I hope you're all doing well as you can be after last night's disaster. Football aside, I hope you're all doing well out there this afternoon. But yeah, look, we're here to discuss the shambolic performance last night, the 2-1 loss to Wigan at the Brick Community Stadium. Look, I don't even know where to begin. I really don't know where to begin because we are absolutely broken. Our club is broken. That's the reality of it all. It's a complete mess from top to bottom. Our club. We've got a sporting director who's shocking at his job, making bad decision after bad decision. Got us relegated last season due to his incompetent decision making. And this has continued into this season, but the reality is he shouldn't have been allowed to have another crack at it this season. We should have got rid of him at the end of last season, because unfortunately, whether people like it or not, that is on Kevin Nagel, guys. That is on the owner, Kevin Nagel, who decided to re-interview him for some reason and then keep him in. I'm sorry, you don't need to re-interview anybody. Go back to last season, the disaster of last season. That was enough to get rid of him at the end of last season. There is no excuse whatsoever for keeping this fraud in charge. And the only legitimate excuse I can give him is because he's his best mate, but that's not even an excuse. This is a professional football club. No sentimental rubbish in the professional game. Hiring your best mates to even though they're so bad at their job and taking the club further and further down. We've got a manager in Duff who looks lost, clueless, devoid of ideas. 30 plus games in. Where are we now? And we've seen no style of play, no identity on the pitch, patterns of play nowhere to be seen, tactically out of his depth. Like I said, the decision making as well from him has been poor. And as I said yesterday on the stream, it looks like he actually looks towards his other coaches on the bench to make the decisions for him, because he doesn't know what to do. That's what it looks like when they show Duff. It seems like he's always looking over to the bench to get some inspiration, so he knows what he's doing. But look, for me, he's lost the fans. He's lost the fans now, guys. There's no question about it. The majority of fans have had enough of this football. And look, we don't want to be a club that fires and hires managers time after time after time. But the reality is we are doing that because we have got somebody in charge as the sporting director who is awful at his job. Picking out players, picking out managers, everything is awful at it. So this is why we're going around this vicious cycle. How many managers have we had now in the past year or so? We've had loads, and that is why I don't want to be a club like that. We want stability, but unfortunately, until Nagel gets rid of him and gets somebody in that has got a good track record and is good at what he does, then we're just going to keep going around in this circle, and we're going further and further down. And yeah, the player, like I said, he's lost the players. But again, I have no consideration to these bunch of players anyway, because you know what? I couldn't feel any more disconnected from this bunch of players than I ever have at this club. And that's saying something. I don't have any connection with most of this lot. They are absolutely disgraceful in every word. They do not represent this football club. The desire, the passion, the heart, there's none of it. Should be proud to put on that shirt and represent the club. There's nothing from these players. They're spineless. They've let us down season after season. And, like I said, this is up there with the worst football I've ever seen us play in my time watching the club. And that's saying something over the dross that we've had over the years. And let me tell you, the players don't get the free pass. Don't worry about that either, because they are a complete and utter disgrace. They should be ashamed. They should look themselves hard in the mirror and realise what they're actually doing right now. Be grateful for where you are. Everybody that is connected to the club, in terms of the fans, everybody would love to be on that pitch representing our club. Do they know how lucky they are to be in the professional game? And the reality is, I won't be sad to see most of these players leave. I said it, and I'll say it before, and I'll say it again. Those contracts that are running out in the summer, don't you dare renew any of those contracts. I'm telling you now, do not dare, because there's loads of players out of contract in the summer, and I don't want to see any of them renew their contracts. Because I'm sick and tired of rewarding failure. And I'm sick and tired of having to, this sentimental rubbish. Just because they've been in the club a while. No. Be ruthless. Zero passion, zero fight, zero desire, heart, spirit, none of it, zero intensity, zero pride, zero everything. These players do not represent this football club. They are an absolute disgrace. The players don't care. It's clear they don't care. The body language last night was appalling. And yeah, big changes needed, guys, at this club, and fast. Let me tell you, and fast. I want to see action, not words from the owner anymore. I want to see action, and big action as well. Talk is cheap. So yeah. Honestly, I'm raging still. I'm still raging after last night, guys. Honestly, I'm absolutely raging. But let's get to the comments. I do apologise for not getting into it sooner, but just had a long rant there. Ian says, hi, mate. Apart from the football side of things, hope you're okay. Yeah, I mean, look, we just keep going, don't we? But honestly, it's hard for, football's a massive part of our lives, of course. And, when it's just so depressing, so difficult and so painful, this is awful at the moment. We are just going through the same old cycle, season in, season out, and it is demoralising for us all. So yeah, I mean, I guess I'm okay, but big up to you, Aiden. Hope you're well. And he says, make sure to smash likes and subscribe if you're new. Yeah, guys, make sure you do smash the likes, everyone, and subscribe. It is free, and it does help the channel along the way, of course, as well. Trying to get to 800 subscribers. We are getting closer and closer. We gained a few subscribers last night, so let's keep pushing, and I will be most days providing you with daily content, all Huddersfield Town news and previews and all the good stuff, reviews, everything. I'm doing my best to provide everything on the channel. And Wayne says afternoon to you, Wayne. Good to see you. And Michael says, hi, Ryan, hope you're okay. Yeah, like I've already alluded to, I'm apart from the football, I'm just keep going really, but yeah, it isn't great at the moment, is it? In terms of it does bring you down even further than you already are, to be fair, if your football club is just in complete and utter mess. When it's a complete and utter mess from top to bottom, it is difficult to take, isn't it? But hello to you, Michael, hope you're well as well. And it's all right, lads, we need to keep smiling because we're fifth and still in the playoffs. Not at this rate, we'll be lucky to be in the top half. Yeah, all those people, that we're saying, guys, we're still fifth. Guys, we've gone on this unbeaten run. Get this, all this nonsense that was thrown back at people that was critical of what they were seeing on the pitch. But we're fifth, guys. Keep smiling. Everything together, everything together. That blooming nonsense of a slogan. It couldn't be any more divided right now. Never mind together. And they bloody well know it as well. This football club is a mess. This is our football club, guys. The fans, ours. It's our football club. We're the most affected by this. We love this club through thick and thin. We love this club. Players come and go, managers come and go, owners come and go. But this is our club, and we are being let down massively. Time after time after time. So yeah, look, all those people they've all gone quiet. Surprise, surprise. All those people that were saying, "Don't worry, we're fifth. Don't worry, guys. Keep smiling. We're still in the playoffs. On this unbeaten run as well. Before when we was on that unbeaten run. Don't worry, guys. It's fine. Everything's rosy." Well, I hope you're all happy now. Whoever came out and said all that rubbish when we're going through those times. And it says, "Our club has turned into a circus. It's completely a laughing stock." Yeah, it's been a circus. It's been chaos since the owner arrived. Let's be honest, guys. It's been utter chaos. Since Nagel arrived, it's been dreadful. And we've seen it play out for the past few seasons. And now look where we are. We are in complete tatters out. It is awful, and it is a circus. But that's what happens when you employ people that shouldn't be anywhere near the football. You shouldn't be anywhere near football. Don't have a clue what they're doing. I've got a track record of ruining other clubs as well, guys. But don't worry, he'll do for us because he's my best mate. Don't worry about it. Fact, he's fine. That's how apparently that's the way this club is run right now. Nagel's tweet is interesting. Surely he has to follow up with actions. Yeah, look, we're going to get into that as well. But I'm just sick of all the talk now. I'm sick of all the talk. Instead of getting onto social media and tweeting, how about take some action? And now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, now. Because this cannot go on any longer. Nagel can tweet all he wants. Where's the action? Talk is cheap, but has Nagel ever showed us action? No. Yeah, exactly. Look, I agree. I'm just sick and tired of. Look, I'm sick and tired. To be fair, he has come out of hibernation because he hasn't posted for ages, has he, on social media? So all of a sudden he's appeared again. During the early hours of this morning. So yeah, but look, like you said here, and I said it before as well. Talk is cheap. We don't want to hear talk anymore. I've heard enough talk. All the talk that he's done before has meant nothing. Yes, he's put a lot of money into this football club. And I'll give him that. But we aren't here for the experience. We aren't here for the matchday experience. A lot of fans do not care about the matchday experience. Yes, it's nice to have somewhere to go to, with the fans of the H-Town, facility. It's nice to have a few things going around the ground before the game happens and things. But the reality is, when the product on the pitch is an absolute disgrace, when you're not getting results, when the club is just going from you're sacking players, sacking staff that are town through and through, just because you can't handle the truth. Just because if anybody that speaks up about the truth, anybody that speaks up against the issues that are clearly hindering our club, you get the sack for it. This is an utter shambles, a circus. And when you're firing people for apparently saying bad words about Nagel and other things about the players disgracing themselves and all this that Paul Ramsden was saying. How come it's different when it's a sporting director who's offering to meet a young fan outside in the car park for a fight? How come that's different? That's gross misconduct as well. So where's the consistency? It's an utter disgrace how this club is being run, and I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick of it. We deserve better, and we've deserved better for a long time now. And it's just one thing after another. Duff's interview of the game he looked nervous and stuff. What to say? Didn't seem bothered. I don't think Duff will be here much longer. Yeah, where's this? Look, you know what? I'm already checked out of his interviews now. I don't listen to what he says. I see the quotes that obviously that I'm going through social media. I see the quotes of what he said and stuff. But I don't listen to him anymore because I'm tired of listening to him. He's boring. He's boring than what he says. I've had enough. Duff isn't the man to take us forward. And really, was he ever the man to take us forward positively? Because like we've already alluded to this season already, when the pressure was on, and we're talking about, not that we can think about the championship because we couldn't be any further away from that if we tried, but the aim presumably was to get back to the championship. Although, well, from the fans' point of view, the club clearly didn't have the ambition to do so, but the fans, that's what the fans want. That's what we, as fans, wanted. Was he ever going to be able to cut it in the Championship if we did get back there? I don't think he was. And has he ever got promoted out of this division before? No, he hasn't. Got promoted from League 2 to League 1. But he hasn't ever got promoted out of League 1. So this attacking footballer partner that we were going to get, don't see it. And now, things that the Swansea fans were saying, no wonder they were so unhappy about it, because honestly, these tactics is absolute garbage. I have seen, you could probably get a Sunday League manager in and he'd be able to deploy some tactics and some, in-game management better than this fraud in charge right now. Honestly, he is that bad. And he certainly said the same thing last season when he wanted Darren Moore to go. How long does it take him? Yeah, Nagel. We're going to get into what Nagel said at the end of towards the end of the show, guys. But yeah, no, he's exactly what he said. Like you said, when Darren Moore was here, when everyone was saying, everyone was wanting Darren Moore to go because it clearly wasn't working. But of course, Nagel knows best. And yeah, it took him ages to pull the plug on him as well. So yeah. Well, look, we've had a bit of a ranty start to this show. But look, guys, we're going to just be unfiltered opinions this afternoon because a lot needs to be got off our chest this afternoon, because I still feel just as angry as I did last night. Honestly, because it hurts so much, really. It hurts where we are as a club. We are just sinking and sinking and sinking. Everything, wherever you look, the club is a mess. It is a mess. And that's just reality. So, yeah, but look, I mean, obviously there were a couple of changes last night, weren't there, to the team. Obviously, if we get the lineup up again, obviously I did go through this last night, to be fair, but we'll go through it again for people that want to hear. Obviously, free change made, obviously, to the game against Peterborough, the loss there. Hogg not named in the squad, so I don't know if he's injured or what. Probably he's injured. He was replaced by Evans. Spencer was back from suspension, replaced Balker, who was injured again. The last change obviously saw Charles come back into starting 11 for Chirwa, who obviously, as we already alluded to last night, he was obviously playing Tuesday, Saturday. He was really wavering on Saturday, so it made sense for him to be on the bench in this one because he looked absolutely shattered because he hasn't played much football lately. So I got that. But obviously, Nichols, the captain, Sorensen, Ruffles, Marshall, Wiles, Karoma, Charles, Spencer, Kasumu, Evans, and Lonvike. Obviously, the bench there: Ladapo, Chapman, Turton, Ruskin back on the bench as well, which was a good. Obviously, he came on last night, as well. Chirwa, Iena, and Hodge. But yeah, that was the lineup. I mean, to be fair, I actually, apart from maybe I probably would have switched over somebody like a Hodge I would have put Hodge in instead of Wiles and moved Evans further forward where Wiles was playing last night. Because I think Wiles has been poor, guys. He's been poor for a while now. And yeah, I don't know why he keeps getting automatic starting places. But apart from that, I was fairly happy with the lineup, to be fair. But yeah, so look, the first half. Before we get into the first half, Jack's in the building. He says, "Hi mate, sorry I'm late. You're welcome to the thumbnail again, pal." Yeah, obviously, Jack has been helping me out with the thumbnail, so big up to you, Jack. So I do want to get the thumbnails a little bit better than what I'm producing at the moment. So it's kind of a work in progress with the graphics. I'm not the best graphic designer, guys. You don't really have to be a proper graphic designer to get a thumbnail sorted, but for it to look really, really good and eye-catching, you do need to kind of be good. But anyway, I'm kind of going off on topic here. But yeah, big up to you, Jack. And yeah, let me know your thoughts as we go along as well, guys. Make sure you drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, share the channel with your friends and family, and let me know your thoughts as well. Like I said, we are trying to get to 800 subscribers as well. So yeah, let's get into the first half then anyway, guys. But look, I mean, this first half, I mean, this was up there with one of the worst halves under Duff. There's no question about it. This was one of the worst. This was, if not the worst half of football I've seen under Duff. From the very first moment of this game, we look so bad. You know, the passing going wayward. It's the same old. I'm sick of repeating myself, guys. By the way, but I sound like a broken record every time I come in here and review the game. But we've seen the same ththings over and over again. So I have to keep highlighting it because that's what we're seeing. But look, sideways, backwards football, hoofing it up to our 5'7", 8 strikers, expecting to win those aerial duels because that's so much common sense, isn't it now? And rinse and repeat. That is all we do. Zero end product to our play as well in that first half. You know, Koroma is the worst at it. You know, takes the ball to, you know what I mean? Takes the ball and just that end product more often than not isn't there. The best chance of the game fell to Wigan. Nichols called into action, tipped one over the bar. Too easy though for Wigan, for the Wigan winger who was Smith. Smith was causing havoc. He really was, and we were allowing him to cause havoc because we were just giving him all the space in the world. When you're giving space to a real good player like that, you are asking for trouble. Like I say, Sorensen, too easy getting in behind him, and he just struck the ball, Smith. And yes, Nichols came up with a good save to keep it level. But look, it was just relent every time they went forward. Wigan, they looked like they were going to carve us open, guys. Honestly, it was that bad. There was spaces everywhere. And the goal, Wigan score, surprise, surprise, it was coming as well. Taylor gets slotted through and he's immediately one-on-one with Nichols, takes it around the goalkeeper and rolls it into the back of the net. Now we're going to go through this goal and we're going to break it down. But I've got some stages of what I want to go through here. So let's go through that now. But this goal, well, both the goals was absolutely shambolic. Now let's look at the start of the move then. So look, this is the start of the move, and I'm just going to highlight the two players that obviously Wigan had. You know, the options that this guy, the centre half's got to pick out a pass. He's got obviously two players unmarked. Probably likely going to go to the left because obviously that is where the big gap is. But look at the space. Why is our midfield so deep? Kasumu, you know what I mean? And it's just not acceptable, is it, at all? And then if we move the ball, so look, he's got all the time in the world to centre half to pick out a pass and these options ahead of him. Then we move it on. Now the guy that receives it, picks it up. Look again, the space. Kasumu, too far off the pace. You know, nowhere near the man. And look at the gap in between. It's just too easy, guys. And then a mistake by us. The guy plays it through, a very bad through ball, and we gave the ball away. Lomvik, not once, but twice, constantly giving the ball away. And then as we move down, look at the space look at the big gap for Civic to, you know, play that through pass. It is too easy, guys. It is pathetic. You should not have. This is basics of football. So yeah, look, and by the way, you know, like I say, Lombard gave the ball twice away in this move. Evans losing out on a challenge, easy through ball for Civic, who had no pressure on him whatsoever. He was allowed two, 3, 4 touches before offloading that ball, and nobody was near him. People just stood there. Players just stood there. He played the through ball to Taylor, which wasn't really a great through ball. Spencer should have dealt with this. And again, the error, the poor error, guys. This is what we are dealing with right now. The error, Spencer stretching, completely makes a mess of it. It runs through to the lap, to Taylor, who goes one-on-one with the keeper. And Nichols comes out, makes himself big, but ultimately ends up in the back of the net, just takes it around him, and that is what happened, guys. I just think, it was just embarrassing, weak defending. So much space for Wigan to exploit. Spencer with a big error. Longvite giving the ball away a few times. Evans losing his battle in the middle, which was crucial as part of the move. And yeah, Taylor was just able to go around the keeper and slot it home. Now there was another big chance for Wigan. See, another good save. Nichols saving it time after time. Lee Nichols saves it, tips a low effort around the post. This save was much better than the first one he made, and we are just on the ropes at this point, trying to stop ourselves from falling further behind. That's what it felt like. And it was clear to see that Wigan were getting in far too easily down the sides of us, and as a consequence, just constantly peppering our goal with shots. Charles, I think, by the way, Charles and Marshall pressed well up top, but the issue is that forces opponents' defenders to go long, and that direct football has proven to be difficult for us to defend all season long, and it's no different here. It was no different here against Wigan. The away fans making their voices heard, booing the team again, as the play once again breaks down in the final third. Once again, poor execution of our build-up play. And yeah, look, the fans, we have had enough of this. We have had enough of passionless cowards on that pitch, not representing this football club, not putting in the hard yards. It is absolutely embarrassing. Again, Wigan threatening to double their lead again. Every attack, these look threatening. Wigan just constantly killing us down those wings, especially on the right where Smith was. Smith was running rings around our defenders. Ruffles was awful. And yeah, we haven't had an answer to it all half. And again, Wigan double their lead. And this was another shambles of a goal to concede, guys, wasn't it? So this was the one. Yeah, look, so again, Sibic was allowed to travel the ball, plays it out to the wing, where Smith has acres of space to go, to work with. This, in fact, I've loaded it wrong, right? So this was the start of the move, wasn't it? So Sibic had the space. He made the driving run down the field. Look at the big gap again. He got into that space. He then had to kind of go back and play it across to Smith, who then had the ball here, look at the space to allow that ball to go into the penalty area. And all alone in the middle, Owen Dale at the back post, as I've highlighted there. And look, even then, Smith travels with the ball further down to the byline, gets his crossing eventually, and yeah, Dale's still unmarked, and it was just an utter mess. Once again, utter mess defensively. It was awful. We allow Smith all the time in the world, get his crossing unmarked. The back post was Taylor, like I said, and yeah, it was pathetic. It is the basics of football that these players refuse to do, and the tactics are dreadful. The boos ringing out even louder as well in the away end. It was pretty recognisable that as the half is brought to a close, fans, was once again not happy at the interval after another poor first half showing from Duff and his team. Ruffles ball watching, allowing the crossing. Yeah, allowing. He's absolute. He's a dreadful footballer, isn't he? Mind you, most of them are. But Ruffles constantly, every time Ruffles plays, every opponent always goes down that wing as much as they can because they know that that's where the big weakness is, the biggest weakness. And yeah, he just gets found out time and time again. But look, another very difficult half for us, 2-0 down. And we deserve to be behind. We deserve to be behind, and it could have been potentially more. Because, like I said, every time Wigan went forward, they had a few more opportunities that Nichols saved. We looked like we were going to concede every time. They were just carving us open. And like I said, the boos were pretty evident as the half-time whistle blew. Defensively, all over the place, an utter mess. We looked like conceding every time that Wigan had to come forward. Failed to deal with the width they are bringing to the game as well. We failed to adapt to that. Don't know why, but yeah, Duff just kept his hands in his pockets all half, didn't do anything, and expected it to magically change. But no, you're paid to do a job. You're paid to make those quick decisions when you need to. Clearly, as the half was going on, we were getting absolutely bullied, and nothing was done to tweak anything to try and change it. That is what you're paid to do, to make those big decisions. But look, service into our strikers once again pretty much non-existent in that first half. Apart from the one Dion Charles chance, we failed to carve out anything in that final third. And look, the stats at halftime didn't read well. I forgot to upload the stats actually to the stream today, but 0 shots on target. Zero shots on target once again. It's the same theme time and time again. But yeah, and look, it was pretty clear to me at the end of that first half we need to make some changes as well, because I thought, you know what, we have to make changes. Why are we not making any changes here? You know what I mean? We going into this first half, went into the break at first half, and you think to yourself, this needs to change, and we need to get some players on. Some of those players be dragged off that pitch because they're in utter disgrace, and it was kept the same. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my eyes. I said it last night on the stream. I couldn't believe my eyes. After playing one of the worst halves of football that we've seen under Duff, and he decides to just keep it the same. Are you actually crazy? There's no rocket science that it wasn't working and something needed to give. So yeah, Duff seemingly overlooked it all. And it's no half-time changes. How stupid was that? Yeah, it was utterly pathetic, wasn't it? Just don't understand it. But look, we did get a goal in the opening 5 minutes. It was a nice goal. This was the only moment of quality that we had in the match, and it was a nice move, wasn't it? Obviously, Charles, a beautiful low cross in from the right-hand side, which Marsh was there to tap home. But yeah, look, it was the only moment of good play we had in the match, in my opinion. Yes, you know what I mean, and that's it. But that from that moment on, you would have thought it would have really drove us on to make their keeper work more and put their defence under more pressure. But it didn't have that desired effect at all. It just felt like we'd scored, and then the players just felt, oh, we scored now, so it doesn't matter. We don't need to do anything else. Do you know what I mean? It was absolute. That's how it felt. So yeah, look, it was a good goal, but pathetic after that as well. More injury worries for us as well. Kasumu, isn't it funny, guys, where we get an injury every game now. That's what it is. We get somebody coming off with an injury every single match. But it's bad luck. It's bad luck, guys, don't forget. It's bad luck. What a load of nonsense. So the amount of injuries that we've had in this season is unprecedented. I've never seen anything like it. So don't tell me it's bad luck when most of the injuries are muscular injuries. Some of them have been bad luck, like the Miller one, where it was a bit of an innocuous kind of injury, where I think it was at Leyton Orient, wasn't it? Where I think one of the Orient players fell on Miller, and yeah, that's bad luck. But all these muscular injuries and constant injuries, time after time, it's not bad luck. It's pure incompetence from the medical department, from the coaching team. Are the players warming up correctly? All these routines, yeah, they're clearly something not right. So when people say it's bad luck, you're just looking for an excuse again. I know a lot of these fan base like to make excuses for the absolute rubbish that we see every week, but I ain't going to do that. So keep making an excuse for Duff about injuries and injuries this, injuries that. Well, how about look at Duff and his coaching team and actually look at how they actually going through the proper routines in the warm-ups, in training. What is going on? Because to me, they clearly aren't. So that's not bad luck. And we've got a medical department that clearly are absolutely shocking at their job as well. But yeah, Kasumu had to come off with an ankle injury, but looking like I don't know how long he's going to be out for, but probably going to be out for a long time again, because that's just how it looks right now. Hodge replaced Kasumu as well. Kasumu just went straight down the tunnel as well, which isn't great when you can tell it's kind of, he was able to walk off, so that's something, but yeah, I don't know, guys, I really don't know. It says he's questioning now, are these players actually fit? This is it. Are they going for the proper routines, in the training and the warm-ups? It clearly feels like they're not at this point. I know the players fit. Well, I don't know, because how do you how do you kind of, like, is it just laziness? Is that why they're looking unfit, or is it just they're not fit? It's pure laziness as well, but I don't think this team is fit. I don't think they're going through the correct routines either. Yeah, no, it's all mediocre. It's all mediocre in my opinion. It's all mediocre, these training routines that players go through. It is. Sorry to say it, guys, but it is. Because that is what it looks like. Everything about this club is mediocre. Mind you, it's not even mediocre. It's worse than that. But yeah, look, most of the game, though, now being played in the Wigan half, as we try to apply the pressure. Sorensen had a dangerous ball into the box. Ultimately comes to nothing again, though. But the momentum did feel like it was with us. But we weren't really putting enough pressure on for me. We weren't making those, the players weren't moving for the ball. There were no clear, it was just the same old rubbish time and time again. How many times he passed it back to the goalkeeper in this game, I'll never know. It's constant backwards, sideways, all the time, the hoof ball up to the strikers. And then when we do get into areas where we use our wing backs, the end product is very poor with the deliveries. And nobody to get on the end of them in the penalty area. Again, a good counter-attack though from us. After that, ends up with Koroma fizzing a shot, cross across the face of goal. Yeah, again, end product. It's not good enough. That was a hard chance, but Wigan, we're really enjoying probably their best spell of the possession in this second half as well at this point as well after that. And again, not working the keeper, and the end product clearly not good enough though for us. And then Spencer gets booked. Again, a stupid challenge, pulling down the Wigan player to stop a dangerous counter-attack. After Evans once again losing the ball on the edge of the Wigan box. How many times did we say that in this match? His first touch is shocking. And I'll say it again, I'll keep saying it. The players that we recruited in the summer have been absolutely shocking. They've been shocking. Evans has offered nothing. He came with this tag of he was great for Bristol Rovers and he's been great in League One. And he's come here and he's looked absolutely shocking. He's done nothing. Apart from that game against Peterborough, he's done nothing. Along with the rest of them that, and then Duff finally makes changes again, 15 minutes too late, but again, so he makes an enforced one with Kasumu coming off, but then he waited until the final 15 minutes of the game to start making some changes that weren't enforced. I'm sorry, I'm missing something. It clearly wasn't working in the 60th. Well, it clearly wasn't working. They should have been changed at half time. I said it before, but if you're not going to change it at half time, give it 10 minutes max, and then bring some players on, because I'm sorry, 15 minutes after yes, we scored the goal, but we didn't come out the blocks and really playable at the start of that second half. Even to be fair, we got the goal. It was just one moment of quality that we showed. That the goal was nothing. We didn't do anything else. But yeah, 50 minutes left. Duff decides to change it. Cromer, Lomvik, Evans came off for Chirwa, Ruskin, and Turton. Again, guys, leaving on the bench our centre back, our only centre back, Lloyd Kayina. Again, another kick in the teeth for the lad. If you're not going to play him, don't put him on the bench in the first place. It's as simple as that. These changes, like I said, should have been made earlier. Duff, his coaching team, again, too slow with making decisions for me. Found the substitution being made by Duff a bit later on, 10 minutes after. Nothing happened between that, by the way, because it was an awful game. The Darpo gets the final 5 minutes in this game as he replaces Dion Charles. But look, and of course, Cameron did nothing. It's like playing with 10 men with him on the pitch anyway. So again, I'll keep saying it until he, forever, until he leaves his club. He won't, keep bringing him on, and you're asking for trouble, in my opinion. And look, full time, 2-1, Wigan come out victorious. Boos ringing out from the town faithful as we yet again suffer back-to-back league defeats. A second half goal from Marshall ends up just being a consolation one, as we are now clinging on to our playoff place. Look, that first half was up there with the worst I've seen under Duff. I'll say it was. So that first half showing was pathetic. He left us with so much to do in that second half. It was slightly better second half, but not much better, let's be honest. But it's another defeat to a team in the lower half of the league. How many times have we said that this season? It's too many. I'm not even going to the man of the match or anything because nobody deserves the man of the match. If I'm going to give it somebody, I'll probably give it Marshall, but I'm not going to. Obviously Marshall got the goal, but I'm just clutching at straw at this point. He got the goal, but apart from that, but to be fair to him, he didn't get much service even. I know it's a broken record saying that, but he didn't. But look, yeah. So I'm just speechless at how bad this has got. If I'm being honest, I guess this is what you get when you reward failure, because that's what we've done. We rewarded failure, and that's what's happened. Nagel, it's been taken for a mug by Cartwright. And let's not forget about who else is in the boardroom, guys. What has Jake Edwards done since he's come to the club as well? What's he done? What's he contributed? What's he actually doing? Because I don't see anything from this guy either. So they both need to go for me. We just need a complete clear out. That performance though last night was completely unacceptable in every sense, in every department. And those town fans that rushed over there after work, spent their hard-earned money to watch that pathetic display where you see players half-heartedly trying to block things, allowing the team, giving Wigan loads of time and space on the ball, not bothering to do your jobs, not bothering to run the hard yards and get stuck in. It is absolutely embarrassing. Like I said, we simply have to start completely new. Forget about this rebuild now. We need a clear out from top to bottom. And I mean a clear out, a massive, massive clear out. And there's no exaggeration. First thing we need to do is we need to get Cartwright out of this football club before he ruins us even more. That's a good start. And then Duff, for me, not being convinced since he's come to the club, and I wasn't going to pretend that it wasn't great football when we were winning games and stuff like that. While everybody else likes to just kind of put their fake positivity bubble over them for a moment and just pretend that everything's okay when we win a football game. I saw through that. It didn't take me I didn't fall for it. I didn't fall for how bad we were actually performing. So for me, Duff has to go as well. I'm 1,000% Duff out. I don't want to keep chopping and changing managers, guys. But for me, what we are actually seeing from Duff is absolutely a disgrace. There is no playing style, no patterns of play. we're in February, nearly into March, and I still don't know what a Duff size represents. I don't know what we're trying to do on the pitch. That's how bad it is. So, and his tactics are awful. It's not working. It's clearly not working. So for me, Duff looks completely out of his depth. He was never the answer. And I don't want Cartwright choosing another manager, so that's why Cartwright out first, then Duff. And then you know what I'd do? I'd give the job to Worthy until the end of the season. Look at the reaction that the team had when he came in for that brief spell last season. At least we know that we'll see some fight and passion on that pitch and an identity, a playing style on the pitch. Players working hard for one. Players. Look. The reality is the players have down tools again. I'm afraid to say it's clear, but most of these players don't want to be here anyway. So that's why they're probably down tools as well. These players, again, a massive clear out of them. Out of all the players we've signed this season as well, by the way, we're supposed to help us get automatic promotion. Don't forget, there's not one, apart from Marshall, who has performed as expected. You would say they've all been poor and look below average for League One. That's the reality of it all. We can't even string basic passes together in this side. We can't. And so, yeah, that's what I want to see happen. But it isn't. It's just, I don't really know. I'm just lost for words right now. But we're going to actually get into something that I saw on down at the Mac, which is a town forum page on the internet, for anyone wondering. And this fan got it spot on. And I'm going to go through this, and I think it just summed it up perfectly about how everyone kind of feels at the moment with the club. So we're going to get up on the screen now, and let's go through it. By the way, guys, make sure you drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new as well. Let's try and keep pushing towards that 800 subscriber mark. And like I said, let me know your thoughts as well. It'd be good to hear from you in the chat. But yeah, let's get these up then, guys. So, don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to read it out to you. And we're just going to kind of go through it. And yeah, but I thought this was absolutely spot on. This town fan starts off with saying, people looking at the score but not the game will think it's just 2-0 away from home. But anyone who's actually watching this game knows exactly what's going on. Those town players know what they're up to. They bolted down the tunnel the second the whistle blew. This culture that Kevin Nagle has brought is a culture of failure. It's a culture that has zero reflection of the fan base. There's no hard work, effort, energy. That 45 minutes was a disgrace. The football club and everyone sat at the very top running it, right up to the owner, should be ashamed. The standard of football I'm witnessing is not reflective of a club with any ambition or professionalism. The professionalism on and off the field is non-existent. The communication is that of a stray dog randomly barking in the streets, and all them paying fans yet again have shown their loyalty and commitment. They honestly don't deserve one fan turning up. Nothing has changed since last season. In fact, I'd argue it's worse. The only saving grace is that the league is poor. We are unfit, badly coached, badly organised, rudderless, leaderless, technically deficient. We are a weeping, septic, festering of a club, and Kevin Nagle needs to get this shit together and stop worrying about pyrotechnics and goal music. In 30 years of supporting Town, I've never seen such a deliberate act of self-harm as this. From championship playoff final runners-up to this in the matter of a few years. I mean, how spot on is this, guys? It reflects everything that we're all feeling at the moment, isn't it? And obviously, this was obviously posted at half-time of the game last night. And yeah, he's right. You know what I mean? The culture is a culture that is set up to be a fit. It's a culture that has brought failure. A culture that is zero reflection of this fan base, as it said. There's no hard work, effort, energy. The professionalism is non-existent. Not one of those players deserve any kind of support from us, as it says. And nothing has changed. It has got worse. It's just getting worse. And there's no excuses for being unfit, badly coached, again, the manager, badly organised, rudderless. There's no leaders. There's no leaders on that pitch. And technically deficient. And yeah, look, we don't care about pyrotechnics. We don't care about fireworks. We don't care about goal music. We care about getting our football club back, competing, and being in a good place. That's what we want. Not this rubbish, American franchise rubbish that we're seeing. I don't care. We don't need fireworks and pyrotechnics and goal music. I don't care less about that. I want to see a product on that pitch. I want to see players that we can relate to, that we're connected with, that will run through brick walls for us. I don't want to see this. It is utterly shambolic. But this fan reflects everything that we're feeling right now. I thought it was spot on, so that's why I brought it up on screen. Because, yeah, it does reflect it. And George says, afternoon, Ryan. Hope you are okay, pal. Yeah, I mean, look, apart from the football, I'm doing okay. But hello to you, George. And we're going to put the link in the chat now, guys. So I know people have said that, had their say in the chat. But if you do want to come on and have your say live on air, then you are welcome to come on right now to discuss, just to share your thoughts with me, really. But yeah, anybody that wants to come on, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, now we're going to have a look at the owner who came out last night, early hours of this morning, and said this statement once again. Town supporters, I hear you loud and clear. Trust me, he said. Now, I'm sorry, like it's already been alluded to, we've heard this before. We've heard this before. And if you hear as loud and clear, Cartwright would have been sacked by now. And you would have sacked Duff by now as well. The players that were recruited aren't good enough. The injuries are a joke. The football is dire, boring, and the atmosphere is a shambles and toxic. Changes on and off the pitch are needed because in reality, there's no changes. Good luck selling season tickets next season, especially when there's a lot of rumours about the price. Well, Nick's already said it himself, to be fair. Prices are going up. But how can you justify them going up when it is this bad, when we're in such a mess? So yeah, we go back to it. Talk is cheap. We need action now, Kevin. We need action. We don't need words. And look, he has been very quiet on social media, and because he goes through phases when he's really active and then he's not, you're kind of looking for him to speak on the social side of things, social media side of things. But we need action. We need action. And look, we need players that won't have passion for this football club. We need a manager that loves the club. And the packed John Smith Stadium, everyone on the same page, everyone together. That togetherness. But this, I'm going to say, I think this is the lowest and most toxic the team's ever been. It's just a mess from top to bottom. As I said, we've had 33 injuries. 33 in 33 games, and people keep coming back to me saying it's bad luck. That isn't normal for any team, let me tell you. Cartwright, get out, and maybe we can do something from there. Getting Cartwright out is the light at the end of the tunnel for us town fans. He goes, we can start looking ahead, because that is a start. George says we need Cartwright to get out of our club. I watched all the game last night. We put the same performance like we did against Peterborough. He needs to go. Yeah, the tactics on display. I think this was arguably worse than Peterborough. I think this is the worst game. I think it was. You know, I think, look, if Nagel's here is loud and clear, you would sack Cartwright. We've been asking for it for ages now, and anybody could see, anybody even from the outside can see it, that we need a change at the very top, and it has to happen. It has to happen, and I cannot believe that we're sitting here the day after the game and nothing has happened. No one has got sacked for the failures of this football club. Why are we rewarded? Why are we continuing to keep people in jobs that are failing? We need to get back to basics, and we need to get a team. We need to get all these players out of the building and start fresh. We need to get Duff out. We need to get the Cartwright out as well. Because, like I said, good luck selling season tickets when it's as bad as this. Because season card holders are already saying, I don't know if I'm going to renew next season, you know. I don't know. I'm just really thinking, you know what, I'm not going to bother unless I see any action, unless I see any changes. Season ticket holders, by the way, that have been season ticket holders for years are saying this. Not just the ones that just get a season ticket here and there, the loyal ones. But I don't know. I just don't know where we go from here, guys. Now I don't see any direct. This club is going nowhere with the board and the manager and these players. We're going nowhere. And that's it. You know, like I said, the amount of discontent amongst the fan base right now, and the fans are leaving games early. You know, there's booing, there's toxicity, lack of clear communication to the fans is another huge part of this the problem. But yeah, action over words. That's what the owner needs to do. We know what needs to be done, so let's not keep this going on any longer. With the price rises, John says we'll be lucky to get more than 10k turned up next season. Yeah, no, I agree, and it's how much it's going to increase as well. That's another thing, because the thing is, like, it depends how big of an increase it's going to be. Because why should we pay more to see this football? And yes, we've had it cheap for years. We've had it lucky. We really have. But you cannot expect fans to pay more for this. It's just not going to happen. Especially when the club is going nowhere and the failings of the club is there for all to see. The club's broken. And people have just checked out. There's a lot of apathy. So, look, that's it. But I agree with you. You know, we'll be lucky to get that. You know, just don't know when that's going to be announced. But I think they're playing it very cool at the moment because they know how bad, how toxic this fan base, you know, how toxic it is amongst the fan base right now. And they're not going to, you know, because I've seen some other clubs releasing their season tickets. You know, I think Bolton released their season tickets. The only reason I know is because I've got a Bolton friend that, you know, that's on my got a Bolton friend on my Instagram. So so obviously saw that. But so yeah, clubs are starting to announce their season ticket prices and stuff like that, and renewals and stuff. But you'd be daft to release those at this club until we see any kind of changes. I don't know what Nagel's waiting for in terms of making those changes, because enough is enough. But I think we've kind of covered everything, to be honest with you guys. Any more comments? Let me know in the chat how do you want to see us go forward. I think we're all on the same page, really, aren't we? To be honest, we all want to see changes, and until then, we are going nowhere. Guys, only 6 likes on this, 7 likes on the stream. Make sure you do drop a like. Let's get to 10 likes. There is 13 of you in here right now. I'm going to be very shameless and say, hit the like button. It is free. And subscribe if you haven't already done so. Don't be so mean, guys. But yeah, I mean, I've kind of covered everything, really. It's just an absolute disgrace how this club has been run. And what we've seen on and off the field is completely amateur level. That's what it is. We're not being run as a professional club. I just think every week it's just the same pathetic dross every week. It's just getting worse every week. And you know, a lot of fans are saying they can't wait to the season to end. That's how it is this season. You know, we've just had enough. And I think for me, Duff has lost everybody. When the manager's lost everybody, that is game over. So I don't know what, you know, and the reality is, you know, in our last 13 games, we've only scored in the first half twice, and only scored the first goal in 3 of those 13 games. But I don't see any plan or strategy. And what are we trying to do? What are we trying to do? I don't understand. You know, we've created one of the worst sides we've seen at this club in years. It's just shameful, pathetic, and embarrassing in every sense of the word, and so much more. I have never seen a bigger disconnect than what we have right now. I've never seen a bigger disconnect. But look, you know, we all know that we've seen a lot of rubbish over the past years, you know, and over the past few years, but this has to be some of the worst football. As I said, no style, no quality, no attempts on goal. Just a horrible, uninspiring slump to mid-table obscurity. So, yeah, but look, I think we've kind of said a lot, haven't we, today, to be honest with you? And we're probably going to wrap it up now. But yeah, the culture, this club is rotten to the core. Absolutely rotten to the core. And it has been for years, let's be honest. And it's just continuing and continuing. And just a horrible mood around the club just continues. You know, when you don't feel that connection with any of the players who pull that shirt on as well, just shows as well when, you know, about 95% of the players don't even have a song either, do they? So, but yeah, enough's enough. We have to make changes now, and you know, don't know what they're waiting for. I don't know what Nagel's waiting for. And like I said, I think what I'm going to say before we go, I just think last night was just the biggest insult to every Town fan last night. It was gutless, half-assed efforts. It's just disrespectful to the fans who were there and who were supporting back home as well. And I think the chairman, who, yeah, look, he has invested funds and you know what I mean. So you can't take that away from him, but he's allowing the people to run the club and allowing him to waste his own money. And look, like I said before, there are thousands of us who would kill to be able to pull on that famous shirt, and we'd be better and this spineless group of cowards in the dressing room. So yeah, it's time to get Worthington in charge until the end of the season. It's time to get rid of Cartwright now, and it's time to start moving forward and get it and re-piecing the jigsaw pieces to getting our club back. George says if we lose inside, I think Duff and Cartwright are going because it's not good enough. I mean, I think why are we just continuously waiting and waiting? Because nothing has changed. Duff has had 30 games. 30, how many games played now? 31 games, 32, I can't remember now. 31, I think, 30 or 32. And we're seeing nothing. Cartwright, why are we allowing Cartwright a few more days? He's been a disaster since he walked through the door. So, you know, they both need to go now. And, yeah. Look, Johnny Worthington is a true terrier. He knows what the club's about. However, it seems like the club are going in that direction of not hiring people that are connected with the club in any way, sense or in any way. Seems like we're going the opposite way and bringing in people that have no connection to the club. And yes, you can't bring everybody that has a full connection with the club. Of course you can, but we seem to be just evaporating anybody that is connected with the club at the moment. So, you know, we're just sacking them, you know, so I don't know. But Worthington, I think he's the best. I don't want to see Cartwright making another managerial disaster appointment. Get Worthington until the end of the season. You know, there's a couple of months left. And yeah, that's what I want to see. But look, guys, we are going to wrap up because, yeah, look, I've kind of seen a lot. And but thank you all for being here. Thank you to everyone that has stayed until the very end as well. It's very much appreciated. We've got 8 likes on the stream, guys, and we've had 14 people in the chat at one point. Very, very cool. We've got 9 likes now, actually. So big up to whoever's just liked the video on your way out. But yeah, guys, look, have a good rest of the day. Let's just, well, we can't really forget about how much of a mess this club is in right now, but we'll have to just go again. As fans, we will always stick by this club. We will always continue to support the club. But it is very painful to be a Town fan right now. They make no question about that. So yeah, but yeah, guys, thank you for watching. The content that's coming up is we're gonna do obviously the preview to our game against Stevenage this weekend on what is it? I mean, usually do it on Friday, but might do it tomorrow. So either tomorrow or Friday, guys, we'll be back here for another evening show at 6 o'clock, either Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. So yeah, do tune in for that. But yeah, until next time, take care, stay safe. Thank you all for your support, and I shall see you on the next one. See you later, guys, and have a good rest of your day, whatever you get up to. And as always, Cartwright out. And let's not forget, guys, let's not forget what Cartwright said at the start of this season.
I think as I sit here right now, I could quite honestly put my hand on my heart and say we're actually in a much better place than we were last year. And
we're in a much better place than we were last season, guys, apparently, yeah. Coming from the failed Sporting director who ruined Stoke City as well, and he's on his way to ruining a second club in this country. Get out of our club, Cartwright. Get out, Michael Duff. And all these players that we have at our football club, get out as well. Shame on you all. You are pathetic, embarrassing, and you are a disgrace to this football club. And you do not represent any of us. Anyway, guys, that is it for me because I'm so angry. I'm fuming right now. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. I'll see you tomorrow or Friday. Take care. Bye-bye.